Sean Payton said Monday afternoon that Drew Brees was getting a second opinion on the thumb injury, so there was nothing to report while he was still being evaluated. The first evaluation is correct. Brees will be expected to undergo thumb surgery that could sideline him for about 6 weeks. More injury updates from the New Orleans Saints, who are out west to face the Seattle Seahawks this Sunday. Starting middle linebacker Alex Anzalone was placed on IR with an unspecified injury. Here's more from Peyton on a conference call Monday on Drew Brees.
They're still in the midst of evaluating it. He's had one opinion, having a second opinion, and as soon as we know something that we can confirm, then we'll report it. But right now, it's kind of, the stage we're in. I'm not going to kind of go into the hypothetical. We'll have a plan either way.
Yeah, and look, and let's be clear. So the Saints aren't confirming anything official, and I get why. Maybe they shouldn't. And this story still could change, right? Maybe I'll never doubt Drew Brees' ability to surprise you when it comes to ways to play through injury. That said, I feel like the 6-week timetable, Jordy, is a pretty realistic starting point. So that's what we'll kind of operate under today. When we look at these next 6 weeks, what the Saints need to do, who's going to be the key to surviving those 6 weeks, and really how do you survive those 6 weeks? What are the goals that you need to hit? We'll bring that all down coming up next.
One more from Peyton talking about evaluating the film from Sunday.
I thought we played real well defensively, particularly in the first half. Got away from us later in the fourth quarter, but it was the type of game I felt that was necessary for us to play, and it was low scoring. Offensively, I didn't think we played particularly well up front. I think the penalties were a factor yesterday. Just the amount. It negated 3 different games of more than 15 yards. So that's something we got to clean up on, and obviously quickly.
Saints will play the Seahawks this Sunday as they'll stay out west all week. LSU football will not have starting defensive ends Rashard Lawrence or Glenn Logan against Vanderbilt this weekend. They sustained injuries against Texas. Logan supported his left foot on a scooter while playing LSU, LSU was playing Northwestern on Saturday night. Preston.
Well, I guess I'm just laughing because I heard during the press conference yesterday, Gordy talking about it. And, you kind of want to protect information that the school doesn't want out there, right? And it was almost like, well, you couldn't help but notice Logan because he took a picture with Anna Beth, or with Alabama Anna. He took a picture with Anna on the scooter, so Logan a bit more injured maybe than we had originally thought. Nice reporting by Anna.
It was.
Little boots on the ground. Sports
I don't
scoop.
even know if she meant to do it.
No, hell no, she didn't
She
mean to do it.
absolutely did not. She was just like, oh, let me take a player.
You know what she did? She said she liked his green hair.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, exactly. I mean, that sounds so on brand for Anna,
great?
1,000%.
All right, not so good news for LSU from yesterday's press conference. Junior free safety Todd Harris is going to miss the rest of the season. Here's Ogeron making that announcement.
Yeah, Todd's going to be out for the year, and will not be back with us this year, and hopefully we can use him as a redshirt. No, we will use this year as a redshirt year for him. Unfortunate. It was an unfortunate accident. He just landed on the ground wrong.
Yeah, man, it's one of those things where all it takes is one bad play to go awry, and for Harris, that really is just one of those unlucky ones. It could happen any game to anybody. Unfortunately, it happened to him. So you just hope that mentally he can keep right, get ready to come back stronger next year. But it does present some issues for this LSU team this season, and we'll break down how you replace Todd Harris a bit later in the show.
Jimmy Burrow, 55 minutes from now, his son Joe Burrows, his odds to win the 2019 Heisman Trophy went up there 4-1, according to BetOnline.com. Burrow jumped ahead of Clemson quarterback Trevor Lawrence, and only Tua Tagovailoa and Jalen Hurts. Tagovailoa at 2-1, Hurts at 3-1, have better odds than Burrow to win the Heisman. Joe was asked about it yesterday in his media availability.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that hard for me to ignore it. It's week 3, and this is the first SEC game, so I'm really not paying attention to it at all. The numbers are great, but I'm all about winning games. I told you that when my numbers weren't great last year, and when they're great this year, I'm going to tell you the same thing.
LSU will face Vanderbilt 11 o'clock on Saturday morning. Early pregame for you, 7 a.m. on Eagle 98.1.
By the way, we're getting some messages both in the huddle and in our texts about why they scheduled Browns-Jets, saying the first ever Monday Night Football game was Jets-Browns, and that this was the 100th season of the NFL, so they wanted to give a nod to that. But it doesn't matter. You didn't do it on week 1. I'm still not buying it. You got what you paid for, the NFL.
Speaking of Monday Night Football, Cleveland rolled over the Jets 23-3. Nice night for Odell Beckham Jr. as he had 6 catches for 161 yards, including an 83-yard touchdown, which is his longest of his career. Here is Beckham talking about the reception going back to the Big Apple.
Honestly, it was a pretty warm reception. You know, it was nothing but love, and I was just happy to be able to. I feel like I've lost enough games, period, and I've lost enough games here. So to leave this one with a win is a good feeling.
$2 million timepiece for OBJ.
Yeah. After the $350K caused so much drama. Not a lot of talk on the $2 million one, though. Either way, impressive. Surely he's not paying for that, though, right? You think that's his watch, or do you think somebody loaned it to him to wear as basically an advertisement?
Yes.
Gotta be.
For sure.
Well, I mean, after that first one
It's all
caused such a
working out,
ruckus,
too.
the guy's like, let's do this again.
Yeah.
Let's do this again.
But he was great last night.
Here's the upgraded version.
Vintage OBJ. I guess the question is, are you buying the Browns yet?
No.
Yeah.
Not yet. Myles Garrett had a huge night, and there's only a couple of people on the planet that can take a slant route on the NFL field 80 yards, 80 to 90 yards. And Beckham's done this a couple of times throughout his career. He said he had a bad hip. He outran the Jets safety last night, but when you think about that, man, you catch a slant route, a hitch route, any type of stop route, you got 80 yards to go in an NFL field and to outrun everybody.
I mean, and the safety, I can't remember who he is, number 20. He was so terrified of Odell's speed. If you watch the replay, the safety's running backwards as Odell is running at him, and it did not work out. Oh, yeah, by the way, Myles Garrett, though, 5 sacks in 2 games.
3 last night.
Incredible start for Garrett. You know who else been really good? Trey Hendrickson for the Saints has 3 sacks in 2 games. How about it?